Right, after a painstaking amount of hours restoring all this, I do believe it's now time to get this engine built. I think we've got everything done, everything sorted. I don't think I'm missing anything. New seals, stage 6. I've also got some bearings that we've already fitted to the crankshaft. It's time to get after it. See if we can remember how this goes together. Trying to get some heat into the surrounding area as well, so that the bit that you want to expand has some movement in what surrounds it for it to be able to expand into. It just makes it a easier process for it to find a nice spot. And once you get this up to the right temperature, these should pretty much just slot in. So we've got the crankshaft here, the nice RMS racing crankshaft. Gasket sealant on this area. Again, as I've said in the past, well, on the only other engine build that I've done on camera so far, not too much of this stuff, but again, not too little. Make sure that you're getting a decent bit on, but don't overkill it, because as soon as you tighten it up, the tolerances are very small and it just squirts out all in your engine. Clean all that back up. I've got a good bit of heat into it. It's probably a good time for gloves. Just make sure I haven't lost any. That one in. Do these to just tight, alternate obviously. Now we shall take the torque wrench. Okay, brand new stage 6 oil seals. Good. Excellent. Okay. Right, now you want this bit here and bolt. I've already put the bottom circlip on for some reason, and this just slots under and bolts in there. Right, now we take this pin and we slot it in the hole. Can't get it in a good position to show you, but at the bottom of here there is a hole that pin just slots in like that, and that is to locate this bit, and then this wants a lot of grease. Keep everything nice and lubricated when it's in. The oil pump's going to go through here as well. It's going to want a really nice bit of grease in it. And that just slots in over that peg. Goes in like that. Turning clip on there, making sure it seats nicely. It's got a good bite in there. So I'm assuming that one of the problems that this had is that it doesn't have a two-stroke tank. I assume it doesn't have a two-stroke tank because they've been on premix because of how uprated the engine and all the parts are. But then I believe you're supposed to blank off the oil pump. There's also a split in that hose, but if you don't blank off the oil pump, the pump's still going to be pumping, or at least trying to, with nothing to pump. So I would like it to be on a two-stroke tank and then add a little bit extra to the fuel so that it's still pumping oil and running off its own pumped oil as well as just a little bit of added, and that'll help to combat the fact that it's all been uprated, which means I need a two-stroke tank. So I'll have to get one of them sorted, or a blanket. But I prefer not to blank it off, because at least then if you're ever somewhere and you're running out of fuel, you can at least then put some in and just ride really carefully until you get back to your two-stroke that you can add to it. So I'll have to look at that. Right then, so now we're on to the flip side. Little collar goes on there. Just be careful of this bit because inside there's a ring here, look. This bit will go on there, we'll grease it up a bit more in a second, and then these two bits come apart, and inside there there's six little rollers, two in each spot, and then there's a spring that sits inside. Don't lose those springs or rollers. But how this goes is just a bit of grease around there. That one slots over there. And I'll just show you, hopefully without losing anything, so we can grease it up. Just in there, look, there's a roller lengthways and a roller horizontal, and behind that horizontal one into there is a spring. There's one there, and one there. You don't want them to pop out, but we do want grease in there. They then go together like that, and that then slots over there and over that bearing like that. I'll have to move the light back. I think it gets a bit too bright for the camera like this, but we'll see. Okay, so that's all on like that. Okay, now we take this bit, grease on the bottom of there, washer goes in, little grease onto that, and this bit. This is why these get so dirty and horrible, because you have to get a good bit of grease onto them to keep them lubricated once it's had some work. And that slots just into there like that, look. Perfect. And then there is another little washer that goes on top. And this retaining strip slots over that, with that bit pointing down there. Bolts in place. Now we have the nice Stage 6 variator. Turn clips on. Locator clips. Again, look, we're on the Malossi rollers. And that then just goes over there. Now we can take this whole piece, again Stage 6. Now we're going to take the belt, hook it around there, hook it around there, Split then goes on there, like that. Shim on there. Lift this up. I'll take this bit. That bit sits in there. And that goes over there. And that bit goes over there. Like that. That washer goes on there. Nope, goes on there. Good. So before we put that finishing bit on, we're going to flip it and do the other side so we don't damage any of the new fresh pin. So next it's the stator. You've already got the backing bit in place on there. Once it goes through there, like that. Forget to do the grommet. Good. Woodruff key. Yeah. Flywheel. That. Okay, so cover on here. Right then, cylinder head. Put this thing back on. Screw it then bearing. Give that a nice grease in. Arrow forward. And in it goes. And a little clip. We had to catch it on the way out, so is it going to go back in a bit better? This might be a gloves off job. See if we can do it first. Got it, there it is. See? This is a bit odd because only 2 of the pins are still in the engine. Two-stroke coil around the rings. And the barrel. And rings to the right spot. There we go. the outer sealing, just a little bit of this on. Steering looks to be. Final part, washer, another washer, and that is about job done. Right, that's it now until it goes back in the bike.